What's up guys? Today we have an awesome roll to break down with the day one blue belt. Simon received his blue belt about 15 minutes before we did this roll. You're going to learn a lot about passing, guard retention, sweep mechanics, far side arm bars, and more. But first, I'd like to introduce you to the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of super interesting and useful courses, so you can learn and discover new skills or deepen existing ones. I used Skillshare when I was learning how to edit videos on YouTube. I had zero experience, but look at my videos now. One course that really helped me learn to edit smoothly was video editing with Final Cut Pro X from beginner to YouTuber by Ali Abdal. I still use what I learned in that course on a daily basis. They have classes on productivity, business, making a YouTube channel, editing videos, painting, arts, and everything you can think of. Skillshare benefits include it's ad-free so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring new skills. New premium classes are launched each week, so there's always something new to discover. The entire catalog is now available in subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. The first 1,000 people to use my link or my code Jordan Teaches Jiu-Jitsu will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Alright, let's get started with the roll. Right away, Simon pulls guard, which kind of disappointed me because I wanted to get a big throw on him and get some style points. Often I'll try to pass without breaking grips first, and if I can't, then I'll break grips. Passing from standing, you want to get an angle and get around the legs without their grip stopping you. Backstepping changes my angle, and Simon is left with just his left foot barely hanging on. I use my hand to clear it and then control it so that he can't re-guard. Simon tries to use strength to lift me over, but I'm strong too and not gonna let that happen. As a result, he's left with poor hand positioning to defend my advancement as both hands are behind me. I push his knees together so that he can't catch me in half guard as I go to mount him. Simon should have had his hands low by my hips to escape because I can move my legs and hips too freely when his hands are only addressing my upper body. The Ezekiel from mount is pretty hard to get if you aren't super sneaky about it. I thought it might cause Simon to lift his arms to defend so I can get to a higher mount, but no luck, and as Simon tries to explode out of mount, I have to abandon position and transition to knee on belly to prevent him from re-guarding. I see his elbow raising from his body, so I figure I can get a near side arm bar. I just need to establish good connection with his arm first, which I do by looping my arm through for the Kimura grip. It's important to remember that the Kimura isn't just a submission, it's also a very strong control grip. Leaning to the side is going to help me use my body weight to break Simon's defensive grips rather than just my arms. When I find the opportunity, I do both. A quick tug of the arm with the aid of my body weight gets the job done efficiently. So much of Jiu-Jitsu is putting yourself in positions where you're strongest using your weight placement and body mechanics rather than just muscle. This is another great example of using angles to get around the legs and past the guard. This time I'm making the angle by moving Simon instead of moving myself. I back my hips up so that his feet lose connection, and then I spin him on his butt, making an X with my arms. Simon tries to shrimp, but he'd be better off with his hands on my leg and shrimping off of it. That's what he needs to make space from because I just ride him with my shin to counter his current escape attempt. Simon's doing a great job of getting onto his side, so I grab his head to keep him on his back. You gotta get it into your head that you need to keep people on their backs, especially explosive athletes. Don't let them on their side. Simon is a former semi-pro hockey player and he's strong as an ox. That's why I ride him rather than grind him. I want to out-angle him instead of fighting strength with strength. This is an awesome armbar setup. You've probably seen me do it before. I faked the cross-collar choke to hit the armbar. I don't even have the grips right, but it doesn't matter. Simon lifts his elbow to defend, which makes it easy for me to slide my knee up and into the S-mount armbar. I loop my arm through his and then both grab his leg and swing my leg over his head before I fall back. Because Simon is explosive, I want to make extra sure he won't be able to bridge into me and end up on top. So many beginners lose arm bars because they do neither of these things. In this case, it was safest to do both. I tried to bicep slicer Simon, which is illegal in most tournaments for purple and below, but I don't see any refs here and we train everything at the gym. I can't get it going though, so I switch back to the armbar. An armbar defensive grip break that I really like is to use my heels to push off the bicep to break the grip. Some will say that it leads to your knees opening too wide, but it's not an issue. If I felt Simon try to bridge, I would just put my leg back over his head and or grab his leg to prevent him from coming up. It wouldn't be a big deal to momentarily abandon it and reset if I had to. This is cool. You're going to see the consequence of stepping too close to the head with the outside leg. This enables me to grab it and get underneath Simon. I insert my butterfly hook and shoot myself underneath him as I also pull him over my center line. With his weight forward, his legs are now light and I can easily position my legs for X-guard. My favorite X-guard sweep is to grab the far side sleeve like I do here and then extend my legs so he can fall over his shoulder. It takes a couple tries to outbalance him, especially because Simon's legs are much longer than mine, but eventually I get him. Simon tries to muscle me over. I don't feel very stable from here, so I just pop up to knee on belly. Simon should be keeping his elbows tight and employ some T-Rex arms, but he doesn't, so I can easily spin around for the far side armbar. When you go for this style of armbar, you should have your knee up and shin tucked on their side. Then you can always bring your leg over their body after. If you bring your leg over their body as you go, you'll often leave too much space. To extend Simon's arm, I'm trying to make sure that he can't take any grips. I'm covering his fist and not allowing his fingers to grab his other hand or gi. Once I have it, I glue his arm to my body and fall back. This ensures there's no space for him to get his arm out. Watch what Simon's going to try to do to pass. He's trying to get an angle, which is correct. But what am I trying to do? I'm trying to prevent the angle using my grips. Not just my hands, but my feet too, and adjust my own angle and body positioning as Simon moves. He can't move freely because of my grips, and anytime he does get a slight angle, I square myself back up with him. I insert my De La Riva hook, and many sweeps, including this one, involve grabbing the far side sleeve or wrist and off-balancing them. I land in a position where I have Simon's knees pinned, and the knee slide is right there for me. Throughout the video, I'm not holding onto Simon tightly and smashing him with pressure. That's not the only way to roll. That can be harder to do against people that are stronger than you. Instead, I let Simon move more freely and capitalize on his mistakes and angles he makes. Like here, I see that small opening, and now it's deja vu for that far side armbar. I want to pull Simon onto his side so I can make space to tuck my shin behind his back. As I land, I bring my leg over his body. It's easier to break defensive grips with your leg over the body instead of tucked, but you can finish with the shin tucked if they're unable to take defensive grips. You're going to see some more guard retention here using grips to prevent angles. It's smart of Simon to pin my leg, but as he tries to take an angle, I use my other leg to stop him in his tracks. He goes the other way, but now my left arm stops him and I can square my hips back up with him. I want you to think about what attack I have available to me when I show you this. It's the open elbow, which if you've seen my Kimura trap video, you'll know that this is the opportunity to grab a Kimura. Simon tucks his hand to his hip to defend, which sets up the Kimura sweep. I insert my butterfly hook to help lift him and then scoop my hips under him and pull him over my center line, just like the S-guard sweep that I did earlier. There are a lot of the same concepts and universal truths throughout Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu is all about how our bodies work in relation to each other. Concepts make understanding individual techniques a lot easier. Here, I finished with the one-arm Kimura because I think it'll look cool for YouTube. I prefer grabbing the palm rather than the wrist, but it was easier and quicker to grab in this case. And as always, I'd like to thank my patrons who support the channel. I super appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. If you enjoy my videos and want to support the channel too, make sure to check out my Patreon. Prices start at just $5 a month, and I super appreciate your support. All right, thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or fist bump, and I'll see you guys next time.